All right, so welcome to a brand new episode that we're gonna have. We're gonna have Overreaction Monday, brought to you by the good folks here at Couch Coach Live. We have for the next 17 weeks and probably beyond, we're gonna have something called Overreaction Monday. So we're gonna go over the weekend that was in the National Football League. We'll be joined by our guy Bear, of course. He's the brainchild of this of our Overreaction Monday. So of course, and we'll try. Bear, he'll be here momentarily. So of course, we'll do a little church announcements before Bear hops on the feed. Okay, so also follow us on social media. Follow us on every social media platform. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all anything social media. Also, and also check out our podcast. We do weekly podcasts. Couch Coach Live podcast, where you can find just about every single place that has podcasts, for the exception of iHeart. I don't know, for some bizarre, odd reason, I did paperwork for them first of the year. Been going strong since the beginning of the year. Never got any response. I don't know. Some about iHeart. I mean, I got it on Apple Podcasts. I got it. I got it on Spotify. I got it just about everywhere that has podcasts. But for some bizarre, odd reason, and I don't know why we don't have that, but we got it here. So of course, let's see. We got Bear coming up. He's here. All right, he should be coming here momentarily. But once again, podcast. Okay. What's up, man? Woo-hoo. Yeah, what's going on, man?
What's going on?
You can hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Bad.
Before we get to the show,
man,
man,
I thought it was going to be a different Monday.
Same here. How you think I feel?
I feel horrible.
I feel horrible.
I'm gonna let you go.
I'm gonna let you go first, though.
I'm back third.
All right, you can go first.
Okay,
well.
Of course, I'm a Red fan, so it was terrible. We lost. Hold on. You can still hear me? You got no speakers? You got a speaker? What's going on? I can't. What's going on? Is there a speaker? Hold on. All right, can you hear me?
Nah, I can hear you.
What's
going on?
But
But
it was bad loss. I mean, think about it. This team had a 17 point and blew it.
At least y'all had a lead. We had a lead for a hot second, and I don't know what happened. The Titans is called picking it apart, and all the damn penalties killed us. Then the referees, I don't think nobody said the referees on the Titans side. They called some bogus ass penalties.
All right.
All right, let me unjoin and rejoin.
All right, cool.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so but with the Redskins losing in that fashion they did, losing 17-0. I mean, not 17-0. They had a 17 just went downhill. There's a lot of things I can think back of. I can think of the whole situation of Adrian Peterson getting healthy scratch, which, I mean, it's crazy to think that a guy who had 1,000 yards last season, who was actually named the team MVP, offensive MVP, is a healthy scratch in week one, where in a case where we had a situation where our run game was stagnant, Adrian Peterson could have helped us tremendously on those drives when you look at it from that situation. And it's horrible. All right, let's see. Bear, you're on the line now. Let's see where we at, Bear.
Yo.
Yeah. Okay. I hear it.
Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you.
I can barely hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, but it's still like okay.
Probably I got this damn air conditioning on.
This right.
Right.
Alright.
Can you hear me?
I can barely hear you. You got like headphones?
No, I don't.
Oh shoot. Because I can still kind of hear that. And I can hear myself. Like kind of like in the backtrack. All right. You hear? You hello?
Hello?
Yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, what happened?
I was connected to my Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay, that could explain it. But anyway, yeah, so we'll just start from the top because I think when you first, it was just all this was just really distorted. I just go back from the top. So of course, this is Overreaction Monday. Bear, this is your brainchild of Overreaction Monday, which I think is a fantastic idea. You know, to break up the monotony of the weekly podcast.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So I go first. Of course, I really was hoping today was gonna be a victory Monday for us, but of course, that wasn't the case. But it's rough. I don't know when the next time we're gonna have a victory Monday for both of us. It's especially considering the fact we have a Monday night game in the next 2 weeks, so it's gonna be very dicey. Um, but the whole thing with the Redskins situation, I think what really pissed me off was the health scratch of Adrian Peterson. I just think for the simple fact that, especially how this game went, Redskins was up 17-0 to the Philadelphia Eagles. Third quarter comes around, they're 3-out. And they had like three straight 3-outs that led to 21 points for the Eagles, where they end up ultimately taking the lead. And it's one of the things where it's like, it's easy to say this in hindsight, but literally, and I think in my personal opinion, Adrian Peterson would have helped tremendously. I'm not trying to say we would have scored, but I think we would have at least had a couple long lasting drives because you got three consecutive 3-outs. That's just gonna be problematic.
Yeah.
And that's why the defense got tired and once again Jay Gruden and his stubbornness. I'm telling you, I can't wait till we give him a one-way ticket to Las Vegas so he can be with his brother. That's how I feel. That's how I feel these days. It's stupid.
Yeah, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you. If Freddie
What about the Cleveland?
If Freddie Kitchens keep this up, he'll be working in the kitchen. Freddie Kitchens keep this up, he'll be working in the soup kitchen.
Exactly. It was weird, but the crazy thing about all this.
You go ahead.
No, because it's your turn now. Because with Cleveland losing by 30 points to the Tennessee Titans. Just your thoughts about it.
AKA the old Houston Oilers.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
My thoughts is how in the hell we get 18 penalties? 18 penalties.
Undisciplined.
18 penalties in a game. Then on top of that, we started out hot. The first drive we scored, and after that, I don't know what happened. It was like all hell broke loose. I mean, Greg Robinson kicking Kenny Vaccaro, the safety for Tennessee Titans. Then Myles Garrett punching Delaney Walker. And like Delaney Walker said, we are what they thought they were. I mean, basically, He was 100% right. They was just writing this off like we was basically like the paper champions. Like
Yeah,
everybody just expected us to beat the Titans, and that's why they came in there with that chip on their shoulder.
yeah. But I'm gonna be real with y'all. Y'all been talking regulars all summer. I mean, it starts with your boy Baker. That's the thing where it's funny. It's like the thing, like I was telling you earlier. The whole thing, like Baker's cool, but once he said something about Daniel Jones, I'm like, dude, you can't like. That's where I think you take it a little too far, especially when you talk about your own peers. I think the simple fact of who the hell is he to say, well, I don't know why the Giants didn't get him because he didn't win. I mean, dude, he played that dude. I mean, come on now, like let's be real. He played that dude, and to be honest with you, he was balling when he was around. And I mean, and that's the thing. And then Baker Mayfield, like, who are you? You never won a national championship. Now I can see if like I can even see hell if somebody like Trevor Lawrence said something. He's won a national championship. I can see if Tua Tagovailoa say it. They won national championship and they still in college. Well, who is
Right,
Baker Mayfield to say that?
right,
Like I wouldn't even have a problem with them saying it and they're in college and they've won a national championship. Even Jalen Hurts is a backup for Tua Tagovailoa when they as a backup quarterback for a national championship team. I would be cool with that. But then like Baker, he should just stay quiet. And I don't know if you remember this, but it kind of it really reminded me of like almost how RG3 was. Like he was talking all that stuff like that summer, and he got humbled. All
yeah, yeah.
right, uh oh, get him, Deshaun, get him. I knew exactly who the Browns are. That's funny. Uh-oh.
I know he ain't talking shit. Pittsburgh got their ass whooped against New England. What was the score? 33-3. Y'all ain't scored a
Oh,
field goal.
come to think about it, y'all both lost by 30. Isn't that something?
Exactly. So
Isn't
y'all
that
not in the
irony?
better boat to win.
but the funny thing about it was, but the thing I'm telling you, and that's one thing that target is on y'all back, and it's almost like it was unnecessary. Like Baker kept on talking,
And
and I'm telling you,
this week is the Greg Williams versus Freddie Kitchens game.
oh y'all playing the Jets on Monday Night Football next week?
Yes. Yes, and Greg
Oh
Williams is a defensive coordinator for the Jets.
yeah,
So
that
he know all everything about Baker Mayfield.
yeah. Because come to think about it, I just thought about that because
Yeah.
both y'all coming off of crazy losses, especially with the Jets.
They lost by 1 point.
Yeah, after having a 16 zip lead, which is crazy. And kind of remind me of the situation with us. But to lose by a point, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it happens. But yeah, that's gonna be interesting. And of course, we got Dallas coming up, and of course, they had a big victory over the Giants. So that's one thing I like about how the season kind of plays out. It's almost like what kind of team what do you get? Like you know what I'm saying? Like because that's always like people always worry about the difficulty of the schedule, but it could be a situation like in your case, the Jets going to be a harder opponent for you because of the simple fact they've lost. So of course they're going to come in pissed off and after a loss. And the same thing for us, where it's like it's almost like at a desperation, because this team, the Redskins don't want to fall 0-2 in the division going into the third week in the season, and we're facing a Monday night game in 2 weeks from today, and being 0-2 in the division, possibly being 0-3 in the NFC, which is, I mean, when you think about it, not even just more so of NFC East supremacy, but just for like a wild card spot. If that happens, where you look back and you see these teams in the sense that you're vying for, it could be a problem.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree, Sean. I agree. He should have been the
yeah,
head coach. He
he
definitely
should
should have
have
been the
been.
head.
Yeah,
Yes, definitely. Because they ain't give him no credit for us winning those games last year. None.
yeah, yeah.
They gave it
Greg
all to
Williams. Yeah.
Freddie Kitchens. That's gonna end up working in the damn kitchen if we don't win some more games.
You know what's funny? I don't know how long the leash is gonna be for him. That's where because I'm still thinking. I still think he keeps his job after this year even if y'all don't make the playoffs. I say
Yeah,
they give
but
him 2 years.
yeah, you're right. They give him 2 seasons tops.
Yeah.
But if we lose to the Jets like the way we lost to the Titans, he's out of there.
Oh yeah, yeah. Trust me. If Sam Donald put up 43 points, I ain't got nothing for you. I have nothing for you. I
I
really don't.
swear. We lose
I
to the
don't.
Jets. We lose
I
to the
don't.
Jets. I don't know. Then we got to play the Rams after we play the Jets. Oh
So
my
y'all,
God!
y'all going to LA or they coming to y'all?
No, they coming here to Cleveland.
Nice. So y'all playing the middle? Y'all at home next week?
No, we playing in New York. So Odell going
Oh,
back to New York.
nice, nice. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But the thing, even with that though, I mean, yeah, like I said, they're gonna give him at least 1 year to kind of get it together. But I think that second year they don't make it. He's gone. And then I don't know if when you think about it, will the window be closed? Because you're looking at because I'm thinking what he'll be looking for some money when the next like 3 years.
Yeah.
I think his deal, yeah. Because this is year 2,
Right.
3.
Right.
So he would be so that's what because he came out 18. So this is 19. So like 2021 is when he
Mm-hmm.
gonna be like, I need my money.
Right. Basically.
And then you gotta think about it because Miles Garrett coming up too, right?
Oh yeah, he in his 3rd year of his rookie contract.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Now it's like you guys got to capitalize now while you got a rookie quarterback. And that's one thing
Yeah.
now. Like you seeing how things are going. Once you got a guy on a rookie quarterback, you gotta take full advantage of it because you ain't got to pay him. It's like
I
what
know.
Seattle has done.
I know one thing. Next year in the draft, we better draft all offensive line. We better draft a left tackle, a right tackle, a right guard. We need to draft all linemen.
And the funny thing about it is, y'all didn't have a quarterback. Y'all had like the best offensive line in the NFL. Ain't
The
that
same
something?
thing.
But and it's funny because it
Joe
reminds me of how the
Thomas need to
Texans,
come out of retirement.
huh?
Joe Thomas need to come out of
Yeah,
retirement.
exactly. But that's weird how things are because that's just weird. I mean, that's just funny how the NFL works. Houston was the same way. Houston had a great offensive line when they had Matt Shaw.
Right.
Now with Deshaun Watson, they got Larry
Trash.
Tunstall, and that's it. And then even like we look at the Colts. The Colts had an awful offensive line with Andrew Luck, but now Jacoby Brissett got probably the best offensive line that the Colts have ever had. Like I mean,
Right.
in the last several years. It's weird how that happens, but like you're saying, it's one of the things where it's like you never. It's always deficiencies on every team, you know.
Yeah.
So what are what are your overreactions for week 1 / takeaways for week 1?
I say for my Browns, too many penalties.
Mm-hmm.
uh, um, basically, Baker Mayfield gonna have to step up. He gotta get rid of the ball quicker. And another thing is the defense can't allow too many big plays. They allow too many big plays.
Yeah.
That's my biggest takeaway.
Man,
What's
this is
Sean
funny.
talking about
So shout
now?
out to Sean. So all right, so by mid-October, if the Browns hadn't won a game, you really don't think they'll not fire their coach? If they don't win a game by mid-October, yeah, he gone.
Oh, he's out of
But
there. Oh yeah.
he
But
gone, yeah.
we gonna win some games. We gonna win some games. We might whoop the Steelers' ass while you talking shit.
this guy, this guy.
Look, you need to worry about the piss and black Steelers.
Wow.
Y'all got y'all
You
asses
know what's so
whooped
funny?
against New England. Y'all ain't even scored out a
We should
touchdown.
have a
At least we scored 2 touchdowns.
man. We should have like a swear jar. Like every time like we say a swear word, like, it should be like $1 in a bucket.
I don't
Like,
give a damn. What comes to the damn Steelers, man? Fuck the
yo, that's
Steelers.
funny. Dang. And
Y'all not making
but
the Super Bowl either.
yikes.
So guess what? Come come February, it's with your Patriots and the Saints in Super Bowl. While you talking?
Oh yeah, and to piggyback on that now, and I talk about the Patriots and the Steelers situation momentarily. Any other takeaways or overreactions for week one?
Oh my God! Everybody act like Lamar Jackson is all of a sudden Peyton Manning now. He played the Dolphins for God's sakes. My old high school team could have scored 5 touchdowns on the Dolphins. Dolphins is trash.
Yeah,
Am
I
I
mean,
right?
hey, yeah, like we said earlier in the pre-production, this Miami team is going to be the homecoming. Like, and I actually got that from Bobby Carpenter. And he said basically, like they're the homecoming team. So when you're playing them, it's our homecoming game. Where the game where we just coast and you know
Yeah,
where
but
we just have a good
you don't know
time.
which thing is. You don't know which Dolphin team gonna show up.
Yeah, and that's where it's going to be very interesting. And it's weird. Well, it's weird as it sounds, and saying with that, but yeah, the Dolphins. The weird thing with them is, I know that's why I was like, I'm going to say this, and whoever's listening, I'm hoping they hear me verbatim. I'm liking the direction that they're going. I think we talked about this. We talked about this today, also in pre-production, and also just in general. I actually like the way that they're headed. Because I think to me, and even in the previous years, because I remember I was telling you how the Dolphins have only had one winning season since like Dan Marino left like 20 years ago. So you're at a point now where, because I think they made the playoffs like 2000 and what 15, 16, somewhere around that window.
Right, and they was also
Because
good when they had. They was good when they had Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas and
yeah,
Sertae
yeah,
Madison. They had good defense.
you're right, right. But they never could make the playoffs and what have you. Especially now, you're at a point where the the Patriots have essentially dominated that division, and they have a stranglehold in that division. And then you have the Jets plus the Bills, who are in a sense they're on the come up, and they also have franchise quarterbacks, and they're starting to be the next tier as far as coming out there. So of course, with Miami, what they have to compete with these teams. So you have to blow this up, and this is the perfect example. Like I said, they're gonna revolt. They're gonna revolt against, And to me, I'm cool with these guys who call their agents and say, "I want to get the hell out of town." Good, good, good. Let good. That lets me know who I need to have. Let them go. If I can salvage and get some picks for them, cool. Go for it. Go for it. Because at the end of the day, he's gonna put an imprint on his team. I know they were mad about Laramie Tunstall and Kenny Stills, but Kenny Stills is a different story. But Laramie Tunstall, that's what happens. That's what normally happens when you have a team like that that's rebuilding. They got to get rid of their best player to get some assets. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. That happens. It's business. It's the nature of the business. But I like where this team is headed. That's the thing about it, because at the end of the day, they won't compete with those teams anyway. We already knew they were going to be in last place anyway. So why not just rebuild this thing? You're going to take some lumps this year. That's fine. I'd rather take that this year and then have a return on investment on this in the next 4 or 5 years. Because I don't think this Patriot thing is going to last per se. I still think they're going to still be competitive, but I don't think they're going to have a stranglehold on the division once Tom Brady leaves.
Right.
I
Yeah,
don't, and then even you're right,
that division is weak. That's the weakest division in the field.
But that's the thing about it. It's weak today, but there's a lot of teams who I think, in my personal opinion, are on the come up. I think the Jets, of course, are on the come up. I look at what they're doing, just with the simple fact of having Le'Veon Bell there, also with Sam Darnold. I think he's the future. Josh Allen, they getting some pieces around him in Buffalo. This
Yeah.
is going to be a solid team going forward. So now, as a Dolphins, it's like it's okay. So there's three races going on. There's three races. The Patriots are way ahead. The Jets and Jets and the Bills are kind of like teetering behind them, and then Miami, they're in the starting gate. I got to hit the ground running,
Right.
and I'm not going anywhere fast. So to me, when like I was saying earlier, let they want to leave, let them go. Let them
Right.
go. If y'all want to leave, because guess what? At the end of the day, where you gonna go? Where you gonna go? I mean, it's like not all 53 of y'all can go somewhere and be employed. Some
Right.
y'all. It's not y'all not Larry Thompson. You're not Antonio Brown.
Right.
You can't force your way out. You're not that talented enough to
Right.
pull an AB. Not all 53 of y'all.
Right.
Some of y'all can, but not all 53.
Right.
Dare you. I dare you. I dare you leave. I call them on their bluff.
Yeah.
And this is where and this is the perfect example of having a guy like Brian Flores Dale. He go take care of business. But it's weird. It's just like in that whole situation, it's just crazy. But I see the plan that's in place. I'm gonna put it this way. I'm gonna be real with you. I'd rather be in a situation. I rather, if as a fan, I'll be more encouraged as a Dolphins fan than a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy because now you're looking at a situation now where you're gonna probably get the first pick. This year gonna be tough. You'll get the first pick, and you have some. And like I said earlier, there's gonna be some decent quarterbacks in this class of 2020. It's gonna be a deep class where you're gonna get a potential franchise quarterback. Simple as that. Then you're gonna get a if between Tua, who else is in the draft? Justin Herbert. You know, Justin Herbert's a little question mark. Um, Jake Fromm from Georgia. Even Jalen Hurts. I think even Jalen Hurts could possibly be in that mix. There's a lot of guys who are coming out this year. So Dolphins are gonna have a pick. The Dolphins are gonna have a pick of who they, of who's who.
Right.
But yeah. So and I think we all know the Dolphins are gonna be the worst because to me, when you lose it, and this is the crazy thing about it, when you lose about 49 points in professional sports, like that rarely happens. You know how like you can lose games by 20, 30 something points. But I've heard it before, but how do you lose by almost 50 points? The Ravens
Right.
almost scored 60 points on them yesterday. That's
Right.
crazy when you think about it. These are professionals. These people getting paid.
Right.
And my thing is, that's more so of just, and it's like, and it's funny how these guys want to rebel, but y'all the ones who can't stop the Ravens. So, and that's the thing about it. Like y'all want to quit and all this stuff, but the tape is definitely gonna reveal like y'all ain't do nothing.
Right.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody who gonna want you. You're part of the team that gave up 59 points to the Ravens.
Right.
I'm just like I don't even think if you think about it, I have like 59 points. The Ravens scored 59 points.
Right. Who would
That's
thought
crazy.
Lamar Jackson would have had 5 touchdown passes?
Right, and and how RG3 came off the bench, went 6 for 6, and he had a touchdown. Like RG3 scored. That's crazy. And man, and Marquise Hollywood Brown had 2 receiving touchdowns.
Antonio
Like
Brown's cousin.
right, right, and that's all. That's wild. But the other one. Oh, then so I said Tua need to stay in school so he won't get drafted by the Dolphins.
Right.
Also, now this is gonna be a weird scenario. Like we said, we're overreacting because of course it's week 1 NFL season. But I'm really strong on this conviction. So I said the Steelers got owned by the Patriots once again, and it's gonna strike one more time. So get this. So we know the Patriots and the Steelers have both 6 Super Bowl rings, right?
Right.
what if the Patriots win the Super Bowl, and who would be the Super Bowl MVP?
Antonio Brown.
And he would surpass the Pittsburgh Steelers, probably one of the most prolific wide receivers in the history of their franchise.
Right.
Wouldn't that be something? Because I'm telling you, this AB thing is gonna work. I'm gonna be real with you, because he knows, and that's the thing about it. He's smart enough to know this is it. This is it for him. Because if he screws this up, he's never going nowhere. Because if he can't, if Bill Belichick can't corral him in, he's done. Like, this is the last shot.
Right.
This is it. So you know he's gonna be a Boy Scout. He's gonna act like that guy that came out of Central Michigan with $37 in his pocket.
Basically.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I don't see how that's even possible.
Let's just hope his cousin don't learn from AB.
Oh no, I think he good. I think he's solid. I think he's solid. He seems like he's a really like solid dude. Let me not say that, like, you're right. Let me not say that, because I used to think Antonio Brown was a really solid dude. About 4 or 5 years ago, when he was turning his league up, and on the onset of when he was tearing his league up receiving wise, because he's like, oh man, he's very humble. He's a model citizen. He good, but, so like you said, yeah, that really don't mean nothing at this point. And also, we talked about and also, remember during the Cowboys holdout of Ezekiel Elliott, Zeke who, Melvin who. Because, man, did you see what Austin Eckler did yesterday? Even though he only had 58 receiving yards, 58 rushing yards, he scored 3 touchdowns, two receiving touchdowns. I'm just like, dude, you get yourself back there, because this train about to go with this. Well, this train is leaving without you.
Right.
And that's why it's weird with him, even though he's such a red zone threat. But he's just like complimentary. He isn't like vital like the Cowboys need Zeke. That's why I just like, he don't he don't have the leverage like most running backs you would think. That's why I'm just like thinking to myself, why are you holding out? I understand you want your money and all, but you're not. You're a featured back, but they really don't in a sense need you. He's a great red zone threat, but in the same token, you look at what happened last night. They don't need him.
Right.
They don't let him sit. Because they really don't run the ball like talk about it. They run the ball, but their offense is more predicated on passing with their weapons that they have. So it's like, dude, come on back.
He might as well, or trade him to another team.
Exactly. So all right, let's get to the winners. So who are your biggest winners of week 1?
Let me see. I would have to say the Titans. I was shocked how the Titans whooped our, you know what.
Yeah, it happens, man. Yeah, and I'll say I agree with you with that, because the thing with them, because the Titans, like we talked about this in pre-production, and it's just like, what's weird with them is, like, Tennessee is a good team, but the AFC is so I wouldn't say top heavy, not even out. Maybe that's the wrong word to say, but the AFC is deep, and a team like them is weird. Like, cause last year, like, they blew the doors off of Dallas last year. Like, they had good wins. They even beat the Patriots.
Right.
Like, they're solid. They're a solid team, but they're like a sleeper. They're like a sleeping giant. And then it's almost like, which Marcus Mariota am I gonna get today? Am I gonna get good Marcus Mariota or bad Marcus Mariota? So it's weird. Like, it's weird how that pans out. But they're a solid team. Quiet as kept, but they're one of the most solid teams in the league. But they don't, and they're in such a weird spot with their division, where you have teams that are almost eerie similar to them, where you have these, young quarterbacks,
Jacksonville.
right?
Yeah.
Where it's almost like you're in a logjam in the AFC South, where if they were in another division, I could see them. I don't even think.
They didn't put
I'm
them in the
thinking,
AFC East. Put them in the AFC East with the Patriots.
yeah, and they'll be more competitive,
Right.
and that's where I look at it from that standpoint. It would be a lot more competitive, but also I just think the biggest one, I think, so, and this of course this is week one. Honorable mention, it's got to be the Ravens. I think this is a simple fact of everybody's counting them out. Everybody's looking at, because especially in the AFC North, everybody's talking about Cleveland, because Cleveland is supposed to be, of course, paper champions. Where you look at their roster and they look like they're destined, to win the division. Pittsburgh, we're still thinking there's still an inkling of them possibly making it, because now people think of, you got rid of the mystique of the drama, not mystique, but you get rid of the drama of Antonio Brown, and then you didn't have Le'Veon Bell last year, so you know James Conner steps up, and you look at Juju, and you think about they were only one win away from making it. Then Baltimore's like, hello, we're the team that made the playoffs. Like
Right.
everybody talking about the two teams that didn't make the playoffs. We won the division,
Right.
and no one's talking about us. No one is talking about us. And then we come out here and we give the Dolphins the biggest loss in their franchise history. Like the Dolphins. Dolphins been around for years. This is their worst loss in their franchise history.
Yeah.
And y'all still talking about the Browns losing by 30. Y'all still talking about the Steelers losing by 30. Hello, we just beat a team by almost 50 points.
Right.
Like, we made a statement. And it's almost just like, keep on in it. And I think when you have those type of wins, it gives you that momentum, because no one is talking about Baltimore. Everybody's thinking, okay, especially, and there's a great confidence booster for Lamar Jackson, because a lot of us thinking this stuff, he's going to regress. We thought he was probably, out of all the sophomore quarterbacks, he's going to probably regress the most. I mean, everybody, and it's not just me and you saying that, but there's experts, there's articles that are written, there are NFL analysts, people in the field who are saying the same things that we're saying, and he was gonna regress. This man got 5 touchdown passes already.
Right. Wow,
That's
Baker
crazy.
got 3 interceptions.
Correct. Right, and that's where ultimately what it boils down to, and that's why I think it's so funny, like how I think ultimately they have the best win this week, because I think it's a confidence booster. Even and even people poo-pooing on that win, because the simple fact is Miami, but at the end of the day, it's professional sports.
Right.
They get a check like I get a check.
Right.
This ain't college where I got a better facility. I got better facilities in this school, and we paying them $9,000 to get their ass whipped. No.
Right.
We on the even playing field.
Right.
I got a family to feed. You got a family to feed. And guess what? We still beat y'all by 50.
Yeah.
49.
Right.
Yeah. All right. And also, of course, also follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also Twitter on Couch Coach Live. We ran a poll. So we did for so which 1-0 team will not make the playoffs. So we had 4 teams, and only 2. 75% of the votes went to the Seattle Seahawks and the Dallas Cowboys at 25%. So Couch Coach Nation is like, they not really believing in the Seahawks and partially on the Cowboys. So that wraps up our biggest winners. Now, who is your biggest loss? Who had the biggest loss in week 1?
Of course, my beloved Browns.
Yeah, it happens. Any other ones you want to talk about?
Who had the biggest loss? I would say your Redskins.
All right, man. Thank you. I don't even got them on my list. I don't even want to talk about them.
You don't want to talk about that.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, but yeah, I do agree with that too because I look at because if I say the Jets lost in that convincing fashion, I mean you got to be fair. The same thing happened. We didn't lose
Right.
by a point, but we lost by 5. Same
Right.
thing. Same stinging feeling. We just wasn't in Orchard Park, New York. We wasn't
Right.
in Western New York near Niagara Falls, but when we was in Philadelphia, we got our tail whipped. We got what they call it. They put it to the woodshed.
Right.
But I think ultimately, okay. So the big that I get out the sidetrack it. I think ultimately the biggest loss it's got to be the Jaguars. I think the simple fact that them losing, it's not even about the loss. We all kind of knew they were gonna lose,
Right.
but to lose a guy like Nick Foles, especially how this division is lined up,
Right.
where I even had them an inkling chance of them actually making the playoffs by the play of Nick Foles, because of course he's with John DeFilippo. So I think that's like the perfect marriage because of course he was there with him in Philly, the year they won the Super Bowl.
Right.
So I'm thinking to myself, this is gonna be a sneaky good team, and also you got Tom Coughlin upstairs making making the upstairs doing his thing in the office with Jacksonville. So I always count them in. The only biggest problem was their quarterback. I mean, the years we could never trust a Blake Bortles, and I think where they messed up was keeping him in 2018.
Right.
And then I figured this was going to be a year where they could possibly make the playoffs. I'm not going to say they're going to make the AFC Championship game. I don't even think I had them as a wild card. I think I had them. Like tied with Indy, and of course Indy getting the tiebreaker. But I mean, you lose a guy like a Nick Foles, it's devastating. And I mean, I understand like the day they got Josh Dobbs, but he's not Nick Foles.
Right. He's not Nick
He's
Foles.
not Nick Foles.
He's not even proven. He's a backup. So
he's a backup. He's a backup in Pittsburgh. So really, really rough happening. And the iron of it all, like or Carson Wentz. I said or Carson Wentz. 9 times out of 10, everybody would have said Carson Wentz first. It's crazy. Crazy how that happens. Then the other honorable mention was Jets, of course, and then the Redskins. They both losing the same row, a divisional game, very pivotal game at that for both teams, and they didn't handle it. It sucked, but it happened. Yep. So of course we did a 12. Follow us on Twitter on Couch Coach Live on Twitter. Now, which one team will not make the playoffs? So 4 choices. We had the Browns, Steelers, Colts, and Bears. All had a resounding 25. So all almost at 25%. So we good? Or is it still freezing? Oh, you hear me? Okay, all right. So yeah, you heard the first. Yeah. So
I'm hearing you, but it keeps freezing.
So the poll numbers. You heard about the poll numbers when we talked about which 0-1 team. Yeah, but can you hear me?
That's keep freezing.
The question. Can you hear me? Yeah, yeah. So as long as we can hear, because the seeing thing is going to end up happening because I guess it's just the Wi-Fi and everything going on. But so of course we polled and basically we had a choice between which. Okay, so which 0-1 team will not make the playoffs? It was between the Bears, Steelers, Colts, and Bears. So Browns, Steelers, Colts, and Bears.
I can't.
Huh?
You said
Yeah, which 0-1 team would
playoffs?
not make? Well, no, which? Oh, okay, no, which 0-1 team will make the playoffs? Pardon me.
I say the Bears gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah, and so and at 25%. So the Bears had a 25% chance. They said they'll make the playoffs. The Steelers, they both were even at 25%. So everybody got a lot of confidence in those four teams. All right, so we're gonna put a bow on this week 1 episode of our Overreaction Monday show. Ball. Did we lose you, Bear? Did we lose you?
I say Lamar.
Thing he had Lamar Jackson. I mean, you just can't ignore the fact 17 for 20, 324 yards and 5 touchdowns. I mean, anywhere, especially in how things are nowadays. I mean, this dude had more. He only had 3 incompletions in the whole game. Bill? All right, so let's put a ball in this week's show.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you at first.
Oh yeah, we good. Reaction Monday, episode 1. All right. So where can they find you on social media? Yeah, you hear me?
Hello?
I guess okay. Well, all right. So we keep freezing. We're going through technical difficulties. So let's put a bow on this week's show. You can follow us on social media on the Couch Coach Live. Also, we'll do the Couch Coach Live podcast this week. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere podcast except for iHeart Radio, which I got to do a submission. Hopefully, hopefully. So for Couch Coach and Bear Man.